Hey there, it's Jake from GeoTargetly, and in this video I will be showing you a walkthrough or tutorial on how to set up our feature called Geo Bar, how it works, what it does, and how it might benefit you. So let's get into it by starting with what is Geo Bar. In order to learn about Geo Bar, just go into our homepage, under products, click on Geo Bar, which will get you to this page. And as you can see from, for example, this video, basically it helps you display location-specific bars, notification bars, to your visitors based on what country, city, basically location they're entering your site from. As an example, what you might do is, for example, show location-specific discounts. So let's say that you're running a promotion with a specific discount code for people coming in from France. So you will show them one Geo Bar, but for UK visitors, you might want to show a different discount code or promote a different product. Tell them that your shipping is free in UK, so you will use a different version of Geo Bar to show that information. Now that we understand what the Geo Bar does and how it works, let's take a look at how to set it up. In order to set it up, you will need a GeoTargetly account. If you already have one, just go ahead and log in. If you do not have one, we offer a 14-day free trial, which you can start from any of these try 14 days free buttons on our page. We give you unlimited access to all of our features. We do not require any credit card information, and you can use the whole of GeoTargetly for 14 days without any attachment or commitment. Once you create an account or once you logged in, you will arrive at our product dashboard, and basically from here, in order to set up Geo Bar, you can either navigate to Geo Bar from the sidebar, or you can click on Geo Bar over here. Let me just minimize this, and once you click on Add to Site, you will be greeted with this pop-up, which allows you to choose whether you want to create a Geo Redirect Bar or a custom Geo Bar. The difference in between the two is as follows. For Geo Redirect Bar, you will still be creating location-specific bars for your site, but these bars have the idea behind them is to redirect your visitors to a URL through that bar. So let's say it would be redirecting them to a French version of the site or the UK version of the site or whatever localization of the site via that bar, via clicking on that bar. But for the custom Geo Bar, which we will be tackling right now, you do not need to include a destination link. You can, but you do not need to do so. You can just provide information through that bar or do an offer for your customers. We will be focusing on custom Geo Bar, as I already said, but if you're interested in Geo Redirect Bar, we also have a tutorial on that video tutorial, which you can find at the end of this video. There's a playlist linked through the cards, and Geo Redirect is one of the tutorials in that playlist, so give it a watch if you want after this video. So we'll just click on plus Geo Bar, and this is where you'll get the first step of the setup. It's always great to name your setup or to give a distinct name to your setup, so that if you have multiple setups in your account, you know which is which. So let's say that for this mockup, we will be showing specific information to our visitors from Czech Republic. So what I'll name the bar is CZ Czech Republic promotion. And once I do that, I need to select on what page the Geo Bar should be appearing. Let's just go and type in geotargetly.com, and basically you see that you can select from one of the three options over here. The first one, display Geo Bar on all pages, allows you to display the Geo Bar on any subpage of this domain. For the second one, which is display Geo Bar in selected pages of a website, you can select which pages it should appear on and which it shouldn't. And for the third one, it will only be displayed on a specific page, so the URL must exactly match. So if I use this, the bar would only be visible on the home page. But let's say that I want to kind of show it on all pages, so let's just go with the first one. Then I'll click next, and in the second step there are two things that you need to do, which is first define the location segments, and secondly you need to design the bar or provide the information that should be visible on the bar. In order to do the first thing, which is the location rules, you need to use our location segment. What constitutes a location segment is a rule of which subset of visitors the bar should be visible for. So in the location rules, you'll just click add location rule, and you can select whether you want to target it by country, state, or region. These are, for example, US states or provinces in Canada, a city, latitude or longitude, so a pinpoint on map and a radius around it, or a specific IP address or a range of IP addresses. We'll just go with country, as that is the most commonly used one by our customers and also the most precise. And let's just do Czech Republic, because that's where I'm currently located at. I'll just click add, and I can also rename this segment to CZ so that I know what I'm dealing with. Should you want to do a different promotion for visitors from Czech Republic and a different promotion, for example, for visitors from US, what you can do is you can define more location segments. So you will just click add more locations or add a location or duplicate segment. So let's just go with duplicate. You can rename it. So we would do US, then we would add the location rule and do United States. We would edit, and let's get rid of the Czech Republic, which was there previously. And this allows us to kind of run a unique bar with unique contents for the two segments of visitors. But I just want to run the one, so I'll just get rid of this. And you might have also noticed that there's a predefined segment called all other locations. This segment is for visitors who do not match any criteria outside of the ones defined manually. So right now it's just Czech Republic, but if we had Czech Republic bar and a US bar, this would target everybody outside of Czech Republic and US. In order to turn this on, you need to click on, and you can also define your bar here, but let's keep it off. But basically the big distinction here is that if this is off, I will be showing the bar only to visitors from Czech Republic, but with this on, I will be showing the bar to everybody, but I'm showing a different version of the bar for the Czech visitors and for the visitors outside of Czech Republic. But as I said, let's keep it off. Now, let's take a look at how to design a bar. So when you go into bar design, there are several things that you can select from. First up, you can do fixed bar or a floating bar. What this means is that with a fixed bar, it is at the top of your page, and once the user scrolls, the bar goes out of the viewport with the rest of the page. If you do floating bar, it will be on the top of the page, and as the user scrolls, the bar will not go anywhere. I will be just going with the fixed bar for now. Then you can select whether to show the bar at the top of the screen as a top bar or at the bottom of the screen as a bottom bar. So let's just go top of the screen, and you can select the size of the bar. So you can kind of match it with the existing elements of your site. Then you need to provide us with the text to be displayed in the bar. So I'll just do as a placeholder text. You can select the color of the text. I don't know, let's go with this. You can define the color of the bar. I don't know, let's go with this, why not? And then you can decide whether to show button or not show a button on the bar. And once you're kind of done customizing, there is a preview function over here. So this is what our bar would be looking like now. But if I show the button and I don't know, I want to have this color as a text, the button color would be white and the text would be just button. Or we could do this like a discount code or free shipping in Czech Republic and claim now. And you can provide a link of where that button should be leading, and you can select whether the button should be opened in the same window or in a new window. So let's just keep it as a new, and I don't know, we'll just lead to Geo. Sorry, let me just borrow it from over here. And I don't know, the destination will be something like free shipping, even though we do not have that page, but just for the demonstration purposes. Perfect. So this is the bar. If I hit preview, now I see how it looks. Let me just close it. And as this is everything that I wanted to do from a perspective of visitor segmentation, I can go to the next step. So I'll just click next. There are several advanced settings that we'll not concern ourselves with for as of right now, but towards later in the video, I will show you how they work and what they do. So let's just go to next, because I first want to show you how to deploy the bar so that we can see it on our site. So once you get to the last step, you need to hit save. Once you save it, there's going to be a tracking code generated for you, and you need to implement this tracking code to your your site. I'll be showing you how to do it specifically in Webflow because that's the CMS that we use, but as you can see, we support all the major CMSs, and there's a guide on how to implement it for each and every one of them. So in order to implement the code, you need to first grab the code. So I'll just copy it from here, or you can click copy to clipboard. And you have two options. You can either implement the tracking code site-wide on every page or every subpage of your site, and then select on which pages it should be running based on the first step, as I already explained to you. Or what you can do is just keep it at all pages over here, and then implement the tracking code only at the page that you want to trigger the pop-up on. So first up, I'll show you how to do it site-wide. And for site-wide, you just need to go into Webflow, select the project inside of which you want to deploy it, click on Site Settings, and in the left sidebar, go into Custom Code. And you can see that over here in the tracking code, it said that it should be implemented before the closing body tag, so in the HTML footer. So you can see the footer code, you would just paste it here and you would click Publish. But instead, I want to implement it on a single page. So I need to use the designer, navigate to that page, click the cogwheel, and then scroll all the way down, and you can see that I already inputted the code here. You would then hit save, and then you would publish it to production. But I already did so that we do not need to kind of wait for the loaders to spin. And we can already go to the page in which the bar should be triggering. So if I go into this page and if I refresh the page, I'm getting a bar. But you can see that it's a bit of a different bar, and that's due to the fact that I used the bar that I kind of prepared for this tutorial. You can see it over here under all of the setups. It's this one, the Geo Bar tutorial. So still triggering on all pages, just Czech Republic, and with this bar design, and I don't know, I might want to make it big instead of medium. If I save it and if I refresh the page, you can see that now the bar is bigger. And why I did this is I wanted to show you that if you do any changes to the bar inside the application, you do not need to re-implement the tracking code. The tracking code is injected into your site just once and it's done. You do not need to do anything about it. You can do all of the changes just inside the application. Perfect. We have a working GeoBar, which is great. But as I said, there are several advanced steps that you might take into account. So or want to use. So let's take a look at those. If we go into the advanced, you can see that first up you can select the cookie time in hours. What this means is that currently on each refresh of the page, even if I close the bar and I hit refresh, I'm still getting the bar because I reloaded the page, but I'm still the same visitor. But if you don't want to overwhelm your visitors and you want to show them the bars, I don't know, only every 2 days, what you would do is you would select 48 over here because this is in hours. So only after I interact with the bar, in 48 hours after, I will see the bar again. And you can select whether it's from the bar becoming visible or actually the button being clicked on the bar. So if I select this and 48 hours, so on each refresh, I would still get the bar until I click on this button for the first time. And once I click on the button, I won't be seeing the bar for the next 48 hours. But let's just keep it at 0 because I want to, just for the sake of this presentation. Second thing, you might see that the bar is currently overtaking our navigation. And there is a way around that. All you need to do is click the second mouse button, go into Inspect, and then Elements. And under Elements, you need to find the class of your navigation. For us, it's header nav. And if I take the CSS class of that, and if I input it into the navigation class name, hit Save. And if I return to the page now, I can close the developer tools, and if I hit refresh, you can see that now the bar is being rendered above the navigation, which is what we want because we don't want it to overtake the existing content. So we thought about that as well. Finally, you can display the bars on a schedule. Picture a situation in which the bar is tied to a promotion, and that promotion might only be running for the upcoming 2 weeks. So if you click this and then limit the date range, you can select, okay, let's say that it's starting today and the promotion ends in 2 weeks. So you can, in this way, you can select the schedule during which the bar would be shown. Let's say that you also want to run it only on work days. So you might want to deselect Sundays and Saturdays. or let's say that you don't even want to run on Mondays. So within this date range, it will be only shown during these days or work days, days of the week. And you might also want to say, okay, but it's tied to, in order to claim the promotion, our visitors need to get in touch with our support, and they only work from 9:30 to 17:30. So with limiting the hours of the day, you can set up when the bar is visible on your site and when it isn't. Finally, you can also select for which time zones this applies, but your current time zone is pre-selected when you create the setup. So as it's currently Friday, between these dates and also between these hours, the pop-up would be shown. But if I select or check off Friday, hit save, and if I refresh the page, you can see that I'm no longer being served the bar. Perfect. So that's all of the advanced settings. And the next thing to do is to take a look into how to test whether the bar is being displayed correctly. So there are several ways of making sure that the bar gets triggered on your page, even for location that you're physically not present in. Because GeoTargetly works best for businesses who are that are international. And basically, as I'm now in Czech Republic, but I might want to run a promotion for, I don't know, our US visitors, I'm not able to kind of go into US to see whether it's triggering. And there are two ways of getting to see the content that the US visitors would see on our site. The first one and the most recommended is test mode. For test mode, you just need to input your IP address over here, which you can learn by clicking this link. This will take you to our free tool, or you can find that free tool under in our site, free tools and my IP geolocation. I won't be inputting my IP address because it might be a privacy concern. So you just input it here, then you turn the test mode on, and then you search for any location that you might want to simulate the visit from. So it can be countries, it can be states, it can be cities. You type it in, and then you hit save on a setup. So it needs to be on. Your IP is here. You select the destination and you hit save. And then for this specific setup, your IP address will be perceived as if coming from this destination. If this is not something that you might want to try, there is another way, which is you might use a VPN. We recommend, for example, NordVPN or an ExpressVPN or any other VPN that works for you. So that's another way to test, because based on the location that you're simulating via VPN, GeoTargetly will trigger different content if there is any content defined for that location segment. Third thing that I wanted to share you in when it comes to testing is troubleshooting, because you might arrive at the place in which you defined everything in the app, you think you implemented the code correctly, you tried VPN, you tried the test mode, but you're still not getting the bar. And there's a good way to test for whether the tracking code was implemented correctly. In order to do that, you need to go to the page where the bar should be appearing. You click once again the second mouse button, go into inspect, but this time you go into network, and in the network search bar you will type in GA ? And you hit refresh. Once you do that, you should see a tracking code pop up here, and the tracking code status should be 200 or OK, so successful response. Also, what you might do is you might try and remember this ID, or at least the beginning of it. So for us, it's OQOG. And if you return to GeoTargetly and into tracking code, you can see why I inputted GA ? Because that's part of the tracking code that's been implemented to the site. And also the OQOG matches. So based on this troubleshooting method, we are able to tell that the tracking code is present on the site, it's firing correctly, and it's the correct tracking code. Because let's say that you might want to run several geobars, either across different sites or different pages, or with different promotions. And in case there are more than one tracking codes appearing on your site, over here in this list, after you refresh, you might want to see which one is working and which is not working or not present. So that's the testing. With all of that, you also might wonder about, okay, so how many visitors am I actually showing the Geo Bar to? And you can learn that by going into analytics, and over here you will see how many page views were consumed by this Geo Bar setup, and also how does those page view break down by location segment. This is a bit underwhelming because there's just one location segment and there's just one page view right now, because there's a bit of a delay in between real time and these analytics, but you can hit refresh to see the updated values. Uh, but let's say that there's more traffic coming in and there are multiple segments, you would be able to pinpoint for which location criteria how many times the pop-up was attempted to be displayed, or how many times it was displayed. I also need to mention over here that basically uh, once your visitor goes into enters the page, uh, both when the pop-up when the bar is shown and also when the bar is not shown, because the location criteria was not matched, we still deduct one page view from your quota that you purchased. I'll talk more about quota in a second. But the reason for this is reason for us billing you even for the undisplayed bars is due to the fact that majority of our infrastructure cost is not tied to the displaying of the pop-up, but is tied to the determination of the visitor location. So that's the first and most important role that the tracking code plays. It checks the visitor's properties and determines what location, rather than properties, it checks the visitor IP address, and based on that IP address, it determines their location. And if the location criteria is met, then it calls for the bar to be displayed. As I said, we run on page view quota, or that's the way that we bill our customers. So if you go into subscription, what you'll find here is if you're on a paid plan, how much page views you're purchasing within a given time frame, how much page views remain, and how much page views were consumed by all of your setups. So all the setups across all of the features in a given date range. You can find it over here. Basically, we offer both monthly and annual billing. On monthly billing, our plans start at $12 a month for 1,000 page views and go all the way to however many page views you might want. And we'll also offer custom pricing. And for annual quotas, you can save 20%, they are 20% off compared to the monthly billing. So the smallest plan is only $9 a month when billed yearly versus $12 a month when billed monthly. Perfect. Now you should be well equipped to set up your own Geo Bar. But if you're still struggling and this video did not provide all the answers that you were looking for, don't worry. There are more ways to kind of navigate the feature. First up, you might consult our documentation. So if you go into our page, resources, docs, you will find this hub of knowledge hub for all of our features. And for geo notification bars, you can either go into the documentation or a quick starter guide. If you click on these links, you will be taken to our documentation, and basically you can find everything over here. Everything's quite well defined and documented. You can see how to set each property, how to implement it across various CMSs, how to troubleshoot it, as I already told you. But also over here is this quick start guide link, which will take you over here. And basically we also have a slideshow version of this video, which will walk you through the creation of the Geo Bar one step at a time, the same way as I'm doing right now during this video. If even after that you're still not able to get it to work, don't worry. You can get in touch with us either by contacting us via our on-site support, so you can kind of chat with us real time. Be informed though, this is only available during the Central European time zone work hours. But even outside of that time, you can get in touch with us via email. Just write to support@geotargetly.com. Also, if you feel like you have any questions related to this video, don't worry and just leave a comment down below and I will be more than happy to get back to you. Finally, let's say that you find yourself in a situation in which once you're setting Geo Bar up, the application or the feature is not looking the same as I'm showing here in the video. That's most likely due to us releasing a new version of the app or new version of the feature. And in order for you to learn what we've been up to, what changes we've made recently, just go to the footer, find the roadmap over here, which will bring you to our roadmap/update section, where you can find all about our latest releases, what new features were announced, and why the application might be looking different compared to what I'm showing right now. That's everything that I have prepared. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch this. I hope it was helpful. And the only thing that remains for me to say is I hope you'll have a great day.